Right. So a demonstration of our tile layout screen and how it can be used, to access multiple sources of information quickly. So you can get to the tile layout by searching for the screen directly from the search bar, and you say tile layout, and it will load up the last saved layout. By default, it comes up with 4 blank windows. We provide the user the ability to set what screens appear in what tile location. There are many options available. There's like a 3+1, 1+1, etc. I like this, but it really depends on how many screens you really want. Once you select a layout, you have a complete ability to define which screen appears in which layout. There's really no restriction on what screens are available in this layout. We offer the entire menu in each screen independently. So in this screen, I've got the rack status on my left. Top right, I'm watching a detail for a bay. It looks like this driver is stuck. Over here, I have the entire RCU Ditto screen. So look at all the driver activity in the facility. And over here, I have a transaction viewer where I can view BOLs. So I just, the navigation is exactly the same. I can go up here and say, I want to go to the transaction viewer, or I can go home here and transaction viewer, directly access the screen. But for transactions, there's complete functionality available, and I can click on a transaction for today, watch transaction data, look at it, and be able to either do a cancel rebill or even access the BOL right here. And depending on what the operator wants, but this kind of gives an operator view who wants to have he wants to have a view of the rack and maybe some transaction data. But if they want to watch trace logs, or they want to watch or run a report, they could do that. Now, if I want to change this layout, I can certainly do that using any one of these combinations, and then even save it for next time. So I could change this to now show, let's say, the address screen, or maybe the customer records, and this is temporary. So the screen sizes, the screen locations are not saved until I set it as a default layout right here. So not in options, but right here. I've got this high level control of the toolbar that allows you to operate on each of these independently. So I can say, now I want to set this as my default layout. Before I had the RCU screen. So now if I go back to my tile layout from scratch, I see customer screen here instead of the RCU Ditto. But I can manipulate this as often as I want, but only your last saved profile is going to get loaded every time you open the screen. We have 2 other controls. We have a layout that I already described, but we also have something called a scale. So depending on how big of a screen you have and how much information you want to fit, we can either zoom it high or zoom it really low, and it's instantly resizes everything. So I like to keep it at about 75, and of course it all depends of which screen you want to see more of. If I want to have like a listing screen on this side, I may choose to have something that is long ways, I would say something like this. And here I've got 2 long screens, and this allows me to look at a lot of records that could have a transaction data, or simply if I wanted to see a bunch of customers, then I could see that right here and do all the navigation that I want. And overall, right here, this main menu operates on the entire screen. So if I want to escape this and now I want to go back, let's say go back home, this will navigate back to our normal application. And coming back in, I can jump back to the tile layout, and there you go. Another So this is more of an operator's view, wants to watch trucks, watch, RCU ditto, control it. And of course, this is complete functionality. So from here, we can control the load rack. We can intervene as necessary directly from here and provide the help to a driver who may be stuck. Like right here says invalid, press enter. I'm gonna go ahead and just say press enter. And there you go, now I'm responding back. Wanted to show you that there's no limitation. I mean, another thing that, a operator would be interested in is the status of tanks to make sure, things are okay. Right here, we can look at tank levels and look for alarms. And if there was a PLC status or PLC IO points, we have the IO monitor. We could look for statuses that are coming out of the PLC. These are values being read in real time from the PLC. A lot of status information is directly available in one screen rather than 4 tabs. A full integrated view and navigation within the tile layout. So, it can really be that one place to manage all this information.